Hi everyone, so today we'll be trying out Spellbinders' new stitching die of the month for May of 2024. It is this beautiful pineapple die set. I'll probably pair it with the embossing folder of the month. I think it's going to be really cute to just pop that on there. And maybe a sentiment from one of the other kits. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thank you for doing that if you would like. I have a whole unboxing of this video. I'll link that in the description box also, so you can check that out. Today we're just going to get right to it. So what I'm going to do to start off is I'm going to go ahead and grab a card base, probably a white card base, maybe a green background, why not, something like that, and then we'll start with these guys. So let me go ahead and get the card base done. We'll get that going, and then we'll go over to our stitching. I think I have some friendship bracelet or embroidery thread. I know when I was younger I always called it friendship bracelet thread. Embroidery thread to go with this one. I think it goes from like a yellow to a brown, which I think would be really lovely for this particular design. Hopefully I can grab that and find that, and we will try it out, but I'll be right back. Just that quickly I changed my mind. You know what, I'll do a creamy colored background because we're going to put some greenery on the little crown and all that. So I already have a piece of paper that's been cut down to 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to score it at 4.25 to make an A2 size card base, but this will be lovely on whatever size card you want to pop it on. Oh, how about a pair of pineapples? How cute would that be? Okay, let me give this guy a quick score. And then I'll have this creamy color. These are just heavyweight cardstocks I have in my stash. I think if I cut it this way, it'll be okay. So 4 1/8, because that's the kind of sizing I like, but whatever you like for your matte layers. By 5 3/8. And if this isn't big enough, I'll... Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Just missed it. Okay, let's do this other one. So I should have it, enough for this one. 5 3/8. Yeah, I just eyeballed that last one, so obviously I had done a little something funky. By 4 1/8. Okay, that'll be better. Alright, I'm going to run this one through the standard embossing folder. Again, that would be your standard embossing folder kind of sandwich. So, you know, if you're using the old school plates like in your Platinum 6, it would be the platform plus one cutting plate. If you're doing the universal system, actually, let me check because I hardly do that. I usually just run through my other ones unless I have a 3D plate. So for this one, it's the cutting plate, the platform top, and the platform base, and then this guy. Okay, but I'll be right back. And before I stick that down to my card base, I think I'm going to do a little bit of inking. So grab this guy, and I'm just gonna get some brown ink and just come around the edges with that. So let me grab, let's grab this one. Something that's not too dark. I'll just go with like this guy. And let me grab, I'm trying to think if I want to use a brush or not. I'll be right back. Just use a sponge top kind of thing. Just go in there and just starting on the edge and bring some in. Just really kind of catching the raised areas of this guy. Not too heavy-handed, just a little something. So that's why I start off on the edge. I don't want to leave it too stark in the center, but just kind of bring this in. I'm not pressing very hard. I'm barely just catching the raised areas, and I think that looks really nice. So I'll wash my hands, and I'm just going to glue that down to my card top. Okay, and I will be right back. So there we have that. It looks really lovely. I love that for, I mean, any background. Really nice. Okay, so we have these guys. I don't know if it needs a backing paper or not. You're going to see a little bit through these little holes, so maybe I'll run it through. Maybe like a brown. Sorry, yeah, I just realized I was talking about that and I was going to go to this, and I hadn't even pulled any papers for it, so yeah. Alright, so I don't know how much of this background will actually show after you make the little holes. Of course, you can stitch this, you don't have to stitch it, whatever you like. I think I'm going to cut this from some brown paper, because you know pineapples sometimes have that color, especially when they're kind of overripe, so we can do that. Maybe greenish, whatever color you like. And then I'll run it through this kind of yellow orangey paper. Does it fit here? Even better. So just the oval-ish shape by itself. This guy with this nested into it. And of course put some tape so that doesn't move on you while you're running through your die cutting machine. And this guy, I was going to do a glitter, and I went to grab my little kit here because this is the one I know from Spellbinders that had that beautiful coloring. This one right here, I think is gonna be perfect. Again, you can go from yellow to green or whatever you like. But in here, I also had some of this metallic paper. I'm like, ooh, and then even the gold foam. How fun would that be for the topper? So I'm gonna run this guy through this. I think that's probably how I'll save my paper the best. Going this way. And that'll be that accent piece. I'm not gonna worry about the crowns right now. I just wanna get this other part cut down. So I'll run this through so we can get started. Yes, all the little pieces that fell out of here are so cute. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Super delicate. Super delicate. Let it fall. How pretty. I mean, that's gorgeous on its own. I mean, look at that. Let's say you don't even want to do any of the stitching and just have that accent. Or, of course, you can bring this guy in. Give you this. Let's check it out. Oh my gosh. And you know, I used to sit here and kind of poke out all these little things. Well, as you're stitching, you're going to poke through it anyway, so you don't really have to get rid of those things. But let me show you what that might look like without any stitching. And it is just as pretty. Look at that. Right? And then your little top. You guys. I mean, it just looks like a pattern. That's lovely. But we are going to stitch today. So let me put these things over here. Oh, these little guys. So cute. And you know, this is just simple design. It's kind of like a floral, round and round the way it goes there. So let me grab that, and then let me grab a needle. And I'm sure I have in here sometimes. Yeah, I was gonna say I had them going already. They should be on this magnet. This little magnet is so cute. I don't know if that kit's still available. Like I mentioned, it was something that came out during Christmas time for the Advent calendar. But if they still have it available, I'll try and remember to link it there for you guys. And let's see, I can see an end right here. Maybe try to get the end that looks like it's supposed to be the end. Like this one is making kind of a little bit of a mess here the way I'm pulling it, so it's probably the inside end, but that's okay. And I always like to bring out as much as I can work with. Oh yeah, I'm totally thrashing this thing. Sorry. Sorry. I like it like a yard or so. This part of it doesn't have that much variation, but it does a little bit. The brown is more on this other side over here, and that's okay. Alright, and then depends, you know, do you want to use just the whole thing? I like to split it in 2s or 3s. I think I'll split it in 3 today, because it's just going around and around. You don't have to have too little. There are 6 threads in these guys, so we're splitting it. Hopefully you saw what I did there. If you're brand new to this kind of thing. I was thinking about making some friendship bracelet videos. I guess, you know, summer's coming up, and I used to make tons of videos like that, or alpha bracelets, where you actually write something in it. It's so cool, or do an image. I think it's a lot of fun. So let's get this guy. Now, this kit does come with a needle threader, but you know. So I'm gonna leave that hanging there. And then on this side, we're just going to tie it, a little knot. You don't have to tie a knot, actually. A lot of times for these projects, I like it to be flat better, so maybe just use a double-sided adhesive that'll keep it flat for you. But just bring it up in the middle, or wherever you want. Generally, I bring it up in the middle of one. I think I'm going to pull this over to the side. Maybe there. And I am going to use a little piece of double-sided adhesive, but I'm not going to take the backing off of it. And I mean a little piece, like just the smallest thing. So you didn't have to put a knot if you don't want. Just kind of make sure that's tacked down. And with this one, I mean, it's just going to be repetitive, so wherever you want to start from, just go like I did, up the center to the next one. And you can go to the next one down, or just keep doing the same thing. Up the center and to the next one, right? In that little circular shape. So back into the center and into the next one. And again, center. I don't know if I need to waste your time with this, but I'll finish the one. It's very repetitive, so the next one, and into the center here. I usually hold it in the back just to make sure my tension's good, but once you've done a few, your tension should be kind of holding itself. So there, and to the next one. Here's some little birds chirping outside. To the next one. I usually do it systematically. I don't like go to this one and that one and this one. I like it to, it kind of makes like a star shape if you really pay attention to your stitching. And then here, and the next one. Okay, so from here, you know, you want to come across to this one or this one, whatever you want to do. What I usually try to do is I try to get there without having my thread really show. If you go straight across, you might see it like coming across the back. So I just thread it under a few of these spokes. Ah, no, don't do that. And then things like this happen. Hold on. So we want to undo that knot. Not make it tighter, we want to undo it. And again, as I say, you know, work with the longest piece of thread that's comfortable for you. And if a really short one's comfortable for you, then go ahead so you don't end up with little knots you have to deal with. Okay, so I just crawled that one through, and now I will come, and I can come up this one into the center, but I'm going to go right to the center and go right back to that one, and then center, and the next one. Okay, so each one of these little guys, that's what I'm going to do with these ones, where it's like on the end here. You see this one has a center, but it's only this part. Then just go out, 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 right? And do the rest of them completely. I'll be back. Okay, so as I'm working, this is a teaching moment. I'm getting to the end of this, but I am at the end of this row. So I'm going to start this half one, or, you know, about half. Again, I'm going to crawl through here. So underneath there to get there. And I'll just, you know, start in the center again, go up the center. Oh. Easier said than done. Go up the center, and then to this guy, or the one on the other side, doesn't matter. And then up the center, and then the one that's right next to it. Ooh, if I can keep this in my hand. There we go. Up the center, the next one, and that is that little half kind of floral motif. And this guy. And once you get to a point where, you know, it's just not as comfortable, you're running out of your thread, again, just kind of either put a little knot or just kind of do this and then use your sticky tape, your double-sided, and stick it down somewhere so it doesn't move, and then start a new one. So I will still work with this because that's just how I do it, but I would go like to this guy and give it a pull so everything's snug again, not too snug. And I will start making my little daisy again. And I'm going to work this way, and then I'll work this way, and I'll work this way, so I will be back. There we go. Okay, guys. Oh, let me put this away. I'm at my very last little stitch here. Ooh, let's let that lighting come back. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to pop that in there. I love the way this thread worked up. So I started and ended one the same spot here. I think maybe what I'll do is, actually I could probably get this under there if I wanted to, but that's okay. So I'm just going to pull that. Like there. I'm just looking at how it pulls the thread on the other side. And I don't want it to be in the way too much. And again, I'll just end off with a little bit of tape that's just kind of discreet, not hopefully showing through those little holes. And there you go, nice and clean and neat. Backside, you know, is the backside. So there we go. I think what I'm going to do is glue these two layers together, and then I'll probably pop this up from this layer. So I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on that. And a little dimensional. Oh man, this is so pretty. I'm going to put glue on here like this, and then I'm going to put on the back of my hand. They're not super thin, but it's just easier to do it this way. And it helps me kind of clean up the other glue too. So I'm going to pop that guy on there. Let's see. Oh, no, not quite. Hold on. Actually, let me start with this side, I suppose. There we go. So I can see where these little areas are. That's much better. I'm going to put a little bit of weight on that for now. So just that and this. And I'm sorry, I'm so close up, I just realized. While that is setting up and we have some other things, I'm going to run these guys through. Maybe like a dark green, a mid-color green, and a lighter green. Okay, and I'll be right back. I just kind of ran that through, but I will put this back over here. I think that's pretty good, actually. But I'll still put this on top of it just to keep it nice and flat. And we have these guys. And I hope you can see on this first one, there are some layers that show you kind of where you're going to be placing these other pieces. Of course, your set will come with inspo, right? Where mine is just kind of a sample, so I don't have the carrier sheet. But I can look at the images and kind of draw from there, you know, where these pieces need to go. But again, it should be pretty much already set up for you as far as like, let me get a little bit closer again. Let's bring you back down. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Oh, I spilled glue here and it's just stayed. I'm gonna try something. Get rid of that. But see, okay, this one, I can see the shape here, that this one belongs there. I can see that there's like a skinniness to this one that looks to me like it goes right here. Do you see that little thin, the way it matches up here and matches up there? I'm going to assume this little guy goes in here. And then maybe this guy goes there. Is that the shape? Looks like that shape to me. Or does it go here? Nope. To me, that one looks like it goes there, but maybe I'm holding it the wrong way. Let's take a quick look. Oh, interesting. So this one possibly is supposed to be like twisty and just kind of coming out in this direction somewhere. So that's interesting. Yeah, so it is, okay. I was planning on putting some of these, or you don't have to stick them down completely is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, that's up to you. And you can layer up more of them if you would like to. I'm just kind of looking at what it looks like and how I'm going to do this. So let's go ahead and stick this guy down. I was going to put some dimensionals, but I think for now let's just go ahead and pay attention to the actual placement. And then we're going to pay attention to dimensionals later. So this one can go up in here and like down through here. Okay, right? Guys, I'm sorry, but my neighbor's gardener just kicked up the lawnmower or something horrible sounding, and I apologize for that, but I do want to get this done. So let's go ahead and glue those there. Again, if you want to give it a little zhuzh like this, you don't have to stick it down completely flat. You can give it a little movement, right? So there. And then this guy, like I said, it's kind of a twisty thing, so let's see what that means. It's an interesting one. It goes like this. And then this guy goes like that. Okay, so that little point area, you can get some glue on it. And then get this guy on here. And if you want to do some inking so it looks a little bit different. I was going to say one of the examples I thought was really cute. The person had put tickled pink. So, have you seen those pink pineapples? I had mentioned them in a video before. Actually, let me go ahead and get some dimension on that. And I'll get the dimensional from the kit, which I really enjoy because it's not super high. So we'll put that there. And so while this guy's mowing the lawn, I'm going to go ahead and pop this guy right down here, holding it down, and then just kind of giving that a little, something like that. I mean, it can be wherever you want. Maybe I'll move it over a little bit more this way. Hold on. A little bit more that way. There we go. That is so cool. Look at that beautiful crown. Okay, I'm going to put some of the same dimensionals on the back of our embroidered piece, and then we'll bring our card all together. So I put some dimensionals strategically on the back of this guy, and we'll bring this one back over, and we'll pop this on top. Again, you don't really have to have that piece. A little bit of it shows, but, you know, not too much. And then I did put dimensional on the back of this already too. Sorry, because this is going to go on top of here. So if this has dimensional, or this does, then that should also, so you can keep it kind of on the same plane. I was debating grabbing some more leaves, maybe from some of the other sets. I love that. I love mixing and matching my sets. But if you have, you know, your member to the deluxe spoodle or anything else, or maybe the large die or however, you can definitely grab, oh, this is something that looks weird. Okay, some of those guys. And tuck them in behind. I think that would look very pretty. Oh my gosh, look at that. And look how just like safari and cool looking. I don't know if safari has pineapples, but I think that's really cute. Jungle, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'm gonna put a little glue under there too. So let me think about our sentiment and I will be right back. I have an idea because I do have the bonus item from the deluxe caboodle. Of course you can pop any sentiment on here. from any of the sets, whatever you have in your stash, you know, it's great. I've mentioned in the past that you can use your Better Press just as a stamp, or even your glimmers. So I'm going to try to do that for you guys today. Let's see how it turns out, because I had not planned on this, but I think it'll be fun. And, you know, white paper, maybe the same beige from the background, but I do have a white card base, so might as well go with some white paper. And I have a piece here, I guess, why not? What I'm going to do is take some of my just tape, or double-sided tape, that little double-sided tape we just used. Of course, I just used that now. I don't know where it is. Here we go. And I'm going to use that to help me stick this to my stamping block. So I'm just going to put some tape on here and remove the backs, but just really burnish that on there. And I'm going to try to stamp with one of these guys. Sometimes I do it different ways, but this is one of the ways. Or removable repositionable adhesive is good too. What did I do with my piece? Here it is. Like, oh no. So I'm going to stick that on here. And black ink. If you want to put this on a stamp position, you can definitely do that. So now I'm just going to ink that up. Looks pretty good. And just give it a stamping. Of course, it's not going to be a better pressing, but I wanted to show this to you in case you do get the deluxe caboodle and you don't have a better press, you know. You can see that you can definitely just stamp with it. That looks pretty great. I'm going to let that dry because I did use an ink that takes a minute sometimes, but I'm going to go ahead and run it through with, I think this is the one for that, right? It looks like it. Yep. So I'll just take that down and run it through. I'll be right back. I just ran that through and let's check it out. So just something to think about, again, I know, you know, the best value is then getting the deluxe caboodle. I know some of you guys don't have a better press, but you know, this is a smaller guy and it was very easy to do that with, but you can definitely do that with any size. Just actually just add more, what's this stuff called? Adhesive. And I think I'll just put that guy right there. With this, I think I only need the one piece. I don't know. Feels like it. I know it's a little bit higher, but negligibly higher, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to hold it down. Get some of this glue. Look at this. Oh, quite a mess. Put the lid back on. Don't come off. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Trying to clear that while having the gardener is just like a... you are sweet to the core. Let's put that there. I'm going to hold that down and then we'll look at our card. Okay, so sorry about that extra noise back there. And with this guy, you can just pop it off. I don't really like using my nails, but just be careful. That is some really good tape. Again, repositionable is probably better than a tape like this, but that's okay. It works really well. So there you go. Pop that back over there. And let's take a look at this card. Really beautiful. I love the way the metallic paper shows off back there, and then you have your beautiful stitch work, and it's just really nice. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.